What is even happening? He has free mana. He has free mana. No more of this. No more. No more of this fucking cancer of the world. Scum of the fucking world. Magic the Gathering and everyone involved. I hope that the universe knows what justice is and you're all getting your fucking... You're all getting your shit. This is the most rigged game of all times. It's the truth. You can all sit there and, oh, he's just mad. I have proven it time and time and time again. This game is a complete broken piece of shit. And no more of this. I don't need this. I don't need to destroy my mental health or stream with this unbelievable dumb-ass motherfucking game. Make it fucking rain. Oh, did I just leak? No, I didn't leak. No, I did not leak. Oh, good. Make it fucking rain. Make it rain. Take it. Take it in. Be my fucking guest. No more. No more. I spit on you and everything represent magic. Developers and everyone involved. No more of this. No more. Take your 100 subs. Get happy with them. No more. Let's bring back real games. Let's warm up with real games. CK2, CK3, EU for mega campaign. Variety. Let's make this stream so successful, so fucking big that I can pay the lawyers. And fuck you wizards of the whatever the fuck you're called. You scammers. I'm coming for your ass. Don't you worry. Your biggest fucking streamer has 3K average viewers. I have to shit on i4, and I'm coming for all your asses. Rigged motherfuckers, don't you fucking worry about it. Anyway, let's play some i4.
What?
No more of this. No more.
Honestly, D-Day was so boring. I don't know.
There were
biggest fucking joke of the in my 30 years, man. 30 years.
I have to do it.
Only people who like look at spreadsheets all day will find that fun.
I just think. And again, you and me both, we're fucking idiots. We're not experts on the topic. You and me both. I think the future of the human race does not involve CO2 and nuclear waste. At the moment, maybe you need nuclear power at the moment to make the switch in the next 100 years. But I think that in 100 years, 200 years, none of this should exist. The human race should be able with technology to find better ways to solve all these problems, and it's already on the way. Morocco, I just read an article about Morocco. Morocco is building unbelievably huge solar plant parks. Morocco is the future, man. These guys are building huge solar plant parks, and they want to export all the energy to Europe and Spain and deeper into Europe. And all these projects show what the future really is going to look like, man. Iceland is building a lot of power plants that take natural gas from the ground, shit like that. And if they can export that one day to like Norway or Britain or Ireland, strong shit.
See, if literally anyone had Player 2s, I could get the license bonus.
Negotiate Bulgarian rearmament. So you're just not gonna say no to that? I'm not really paying a lot of attention. I just wasted. I just said I paid no attention. I just wasted my attaché. I'm not paying attention today. Too mad from Magic.
Oh my god, I'm losing my fucking brains.
No, the Fighter 3s and 40.
Iceland is almost carbon free. Yeah, but they only have like 250,000 inhabitants.
In Romania send us fuel.
Fusion will never happen.
Yeah, Romania can.
That's statements like that make this entire debate or discussion in chat, Twitch, and me just useless. None of us knows what we're talking about. Saying fusion will never happen. You don't know anything about fusion. I don't know anything about fusion. I think it's very arrogant of us to say that. The thing is, Twitch chat, you and me both, we're fucking idiots. We don't know shit. We watch like we watch Netflix and YouTube and maybe read a magazine once. And we act like we know all the fucking answers. I don't know about that. That's why I always try, when I talk about this shit, I always try to talk in a way that I... Synthwave for workout music. Dude, I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you ever feel demotivated, if you ever feel like I need motivation to work out, you just YouTube Arnold Schwarzenegger motivation. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is gonna talk to you and he's like, stop being a pussy. You need to work to make it in life. I came from the mountains and now I married a Kennedy. You have to go out. And I'm like, ah, yes, he's right. I have to stop being such a lazy cunt.
From Italy? Okay, listen, you practice from Italy.
My division will not look special at all, no. Not at all.
Practice from Italy. That's one factory from Romania. Is Spain here?
Spain is here.
One factory to Germany.
Why are you holding the fucking event?
His father was a literal Nazi. Okay. Again, what? Chat? Why are you so awkward? I'm talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger and workout motivation, and some guy's like, okay, his dad was a Nazi, Tommy. You fucking weirdo. You're so weird, man. I don't want to chill with you at a party. You probably smell like cheese. What a weird comment. Come on, man. I'm not gonna ban him. I want him to learn. Come on.
This is a very clown.
Why you always gotta be so awkward?
This is the biggest Bononka.
This is such a fucking shit.
I'm playing it very wrong. I dislike that. Magic really made me so mad today. I'm not playing with Bulgaria. That's not good. You guys deserve better. Okay, I was just saying, I wasn't meaning that. All good, man. But it's just a weird comment to make in that moment. It's like, I always imagine, you know, a bunch of dudes are at a party. Hey, Kyle. Hey, Cynthia, how you guys doing? How was your day? Oh, yeah, I don't work out a lot. Today I listened to Arnold Schwarzenegger workout motivation on YouTube. It kind of helped me going jogging. What? Oh, his dad was a Nazi? Oh, well, see you later, Kyle, you fucking weirdo. I always imagine you guys at parties like that. Super right? Dude, yesterday, I know this is boomer and you young kids don't care, but when you get older, you fall in love with cooking, I think. And especially because of Lisa and her teaching me cooking and stuff, I'm really falling in love with cooking. So yesterday I said to Lisa, because Lisa complains always, I always have to cook, you never cook for me. I'm like, oh, you're the woman, okay? But then she's like, oh, it's 2021, so I have to cook sometimes. I know it sucks. So, yesterday, I'm not a good cook, right? I'm not, but there's some things I can do good now. And I, yesterday, said to her, listen, today, you sit on the couch, you don't do shit, I'm alone in the kitchen, and I make pasta with tomato sauce. But like really good. And boy, oh boy, did I deliver. I know this is some boomer talk, but this is the truth. And that's what's sexy, bro. That's what's sexy for women. I did the meanest fucking tomato sauce ever. I'm gonna show it on stream. It was so good. I'm getting so good at making tomato. I think I already showed this before. I don't know, I'm gonna do it again. Because back in the day when I was a ghetto kid, right, I would just buy pre-made tomato sauce, which is fucking disgusting, right? And now I make my own tomato sauce. And the tomato sauce is so good. So this is the pan. So, and what I do is, and you have to try it, man. It's so good. By the way, I have a little shit on my glasses. I cannot even read chat. Did you just call me Grinch? What? Jesus, man. To me, this is very special because I'm so bad at cooking. And it was so good yesterday. Thank you, real. And something I also want to say about cooking is, what I like about cooking... Oh, I have a story. And it's a boomer story, but it's a beautiful story for me personally. I'm getting into cooking now, right? It's still new to me. I'm not an expert on cooking, blah, blah, blah. But I'm also now starting to actually cook for other people, aka Lisa, my mom, or my brother's family. Last Saturday, I visited my brother for FIFA night, and I said, brother, I cook for you. He's laughing. He's like, listen, Tommy, I know you for 30 years. You're the shittiest cook, okay? You're a great guy. I love you, Tommy, but you fucking suck at making things, okay? You're not a handyman. You suck at this shit. By the way, I want the armored cars. And I'm like, you wait, man. I got Lisa now. So I made my famous pasta pie. I made it, and my brother and his family, they're like peasants. In Germany you have a saying: what the peasant doesn't know, he doesn't eat it. Was der Bauer nicht kennt, das frisst er nicht. Yeah. Peasants only eat the same. Like if you show an old boomer Chinese food, like ich esse das nicht, ich will meine Roulade, you know. So I made this food for him, and he was like, and then they ate. His son Benny, my nephew, 4 years old, said, "Can I get another plate?" And my brother said, "Oh, it's so good." And for the first time ever, thank you, Stefano. Stefano, I feel like you sub every day. For the first time in life, I had this feeling of cooking for someone, and they like it. And I never had that feeling before. This proudness, this hell yeah. That was so beautiful. I loved that. That was so cool, man. And yesterday I cooked for Lisa, and I made my pasta, and she loved it, man. So what you do is, you get a very, very nice sausage, like for example, yesterday I like 3 euros or something, not crazy. Jagdwurst, how would you say Jagdwurst? Like a nice sausage, for whatever you like, chorizo. Yesterday I had the French one, a bit more. What you do then is you cut the sausage into very, very thin layers. You know, like this. You cut that. Then you put these thingies into the frying pan. Wait. You put them in the frying pan. This is the sausages, the pieces. Don't forget oil, though. Don't forget oil. You put oil in first. Don't forget that. 1 sec. Don't forget oil. Bunch of oil. Shit. Never mind. So then you do that. It's not even. It's so easy though. That's something I never realized, how easy cooking is. So I'm like, and you take your time. You want them to be really brown, not burnt, but really not that little crunch. You want them to be nice. Then you cut in. You then cut in red onions. Red onions first. Very important. Very important. Lisa taught me everything. You do the red onions. You wait till the red onions are glassy, like you can see through them. And then, only then, comes garlic. Because garlic has a quicker burn point than onion. Then you do a little bit. Then you add 1 can of like in Germany we have pickled tomatoes and tomato sauce. So 1 can of pickled tomatoes and 1 can of made tomatoes, and then you have the sauce. And it's all cooking, right? Not too hot, cooking. Then, very important, this is where you really get the skill. This is something I really learned from Lisa, and I think I'm getting really good at it. It's seasoning. Seasoning is so important. I like, you know, in your local store, they sell spices that does everything for you. It's like tomato sauce spice, and there's everything already in it. So I do that, tomato sauce spice, salt, did I just do white? Pepper, and very importantly is a bit of sugar. Very weird, right? Bit of sugar, just a little bit. And very important, some red wine. A little bit of red wine. And then you fucking let all that... then you make the noodles, and then you put the noodles in here. The fucking noodles. Boom, boom, you have the noodles in here. And then, here it comes. What is the true backbone of pasta? What is the true backbone of self-made tomato pasta? Exactly, it's the cheese. The cheese is everything. So now, you have this, you put it on your plate. And now, you don't use the little monkey cheese that they sell for 99 cents. You get Irish fucking... You get Irish cathedral cheddar for 50 euros. That's like 3 euros, man. And then you take the cheddar and then you go to heaven. And then you go to fucking heaven, man. I just learned that. Lisa was loving it yesterday. Makes me, again, I don't know this feeling of making people happy with food. I really like that. It's really interesting. And it was really good. Parmigiano also, you sure? We're mixing Parmigiano, mozzarella, and cheddar. Sausage is pork. You can do whatever you want. Any sausage.
Trottoir.
I'm a huge fan. Once again, shout out to Italy. I think Italy is the greatest countryman about food. Salsiccia, South Italian salsiccia. Personally, I mean, this is where we get really into. Thank you, Ozone. Thank you very much. This is where we get into really deep cooking knowledge. My personal sausage for everything, pie, pasta, is South Italian boar sausage. B-O-R-A. Boar sausage. It's alhamdulillah. Depends though. It depends always who you are, right? And what you're into and shit. Boar sausage. That was cooking with Tommy. I want to stream shit like that. I need to get the stream from. The internet is so bad here though. Finnish salmon? Hey Tony, about Finland. There's one thing that Germans love Finland for. They love it completely. Every Christmas, every German in chat knows what I'm talking about. If you don't, you're pleb. Every Christmas, in Germany, we have Christmas markets. Big markets where everybody gets drunk and you can eat. People love that shit. It's big German culture. If you take away the Christmas markets, they fucking riot in the streets. Big thing for Germans. Every Christmas market has a Finnish hut. And yes, they have honey and shit, blah, blah, blah. But there's one thing every German wants from the Finnish. And that is the smoked salmon. And it's so good. In Leipzig here, dude, they're so expensive. Like fucking 8 euros for one bun with salmon. 8 euros. Alhamdulillah. So what they do is they have like a piece of wood and they put a salmon from Finland here, and then they have a fire like this, and then they put the salmon like this, and then this salmon gets into a bun with some sauce, and people love it. They love it to death. I really love it too. You literally have to wait 30 minutes to get into the line, man. They are loving this shit. It's really good though. It's really good, but it's very expensive and you have to wait very long. What's the secret to be so based? Subscribing. I make that every Christmas. Must be cool. I just want to say that as I'm getting older and more boomer, I'm falling in love with cooking and cooking techniques, and I really want to learn it. I've been thinking, dude, if I didn't have to work anymore, if right now I win the lottery, I have 10 million. I never have to work again, right? I don't have to pay bills much anymore. Don't care about them. I would, being rich means you don't pay bills anymore, right? I would go to cooking school. I really learned that from Lisa, man, but I like it. I would go to cooking school, man. True story. I would love to learn about cooking more. And it is such a cool feeling of making your own food, especially when it's like, imagine El Tony in the winter of Finland, and him and his dad, they take a plank and a very expensive salmon and they smoke the salmon by themselves. It tastes so much better because you did it, right? You did it. It's such a cool feeling, man. I mean, in the end, I'm falling off with cooking lately. I mean, as you can see. Really falling in love. Everyone is addicted to something. Yeah. Just depends how much it destroys you. Like, I'm addicted to video games, but it doesn't destroy me. I have it in check, right? I'm making a job from it. It's okay for me to be video game addicted. When I was younger, oh man. I always say, if I wouldn't have become a streamer, I would have completely destroyed my career. I was so video game addicted, I never went to class. I just got so many milks. What the fuck happened? Video game addiction is you gotta be careful. I see it now with Lisa's younger brother. He just became 10. From 1 to 8, he was a cool kid. Let's go out playing. Yes, I want to play. Let's play Knights and Thief. And then something happened. One day, Lisa's younger brother, and happens to everyone, to all of us, he gets his first phone. The family is somewhere. The little child is annoying. I want to play. And then something happens. Here, take my phone. I have Candy Crush. And then something happens. The little pea-brain, the little child is like, whoa, this is so much better than real life. And now every time we meet her little brother, he's just playing Roblox and Minecraft the whole time. Super addicted, man. And I always feel like I'm always the voice of reason. I always say to her dad and the mom, I'm always like, you gotta be careful, man. That guy is he still doing his homework? It's okay to play video games. Dude, I'm becoming such a boomer here, but it's the truth. It's just the real life. It's okay to play video games, but you gotta know when to stop. You gotta know when you gotta clean yourself, do the chores, do homework, study. Very important, man. Imagine how many people on this planet have bad grades because of video gaming. Must be millions and millions. You gotta know when to stop. And I always wonder, when I have a child one day, especially a male son, you don't know nowadays, right? How do you open them up for the digital world, which you have to open up to? If you just pull them out, they get bullied in school because everybody has Fortnite phones and shit. But how do you teach them when to stop? And I think I'm going to be very hardcore there. Thank you, Jeff. Like, hey, you can play 1 hour today. After 1 hour, I turn everything off. And if he lays on the fucking ground crying, then I'm going to be like, stop being such a bitch, you beta male. Fuck you. I'm sometimes scared that I'm going to be a bit of a too harsh dad. Because like in real life, right, every time someone wants stress or drama, I'm always ready for drama. When I walk around in real life and someone is like, hey, mister! I'm like, what's that, huh? And then you can't be like that to your child. Daddy, can I play one of... Ah, was hier? Little Ginger. Nicht mehr hier mit Videospielen. I always hope I have that under control. My brother always says, once you have a child, something switches in your brain. It's your child, man. Everything changes. You can never be too hard on them because your own child is so dear to you. You never fuck that up. That's a lot of Marines. Commandera, beta. You know what I mean? Will you show your son magic? Listen, I want him to have a good life. Let them have games as a reward? I often think I would be a parent that works with rewards a lot. But isn't that wrong? Because you teach them wrong? For example, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. You have twins, right? You have 2 children. One child, you're very open-minded about him. Let him find himself. There's no reward. It's okay to be second place. And then you have this other child, and you're like, listen, every time you bring home an A, I give you 20 euros. Every time you finish your school year with at least average A, you will get 500 euros. Now, what does that do, though? Is that good? Is that bad? What is the meta there? What's the meta there? I've always wondered about this. Because the child with reward will be wrong. Yes, he brings some good grades home because he wants the reward. But he never really works for it. I got 50? Well, I got 0, man. Read a pedagogic book and don't ask Twitch chat. Ah, they don't know anything. Twitch chat knows more. Rewards turn into drugs. Reward in moderation is good. You can't reward them for everything. Yeah. There's research about this already, but I can't remember where I saw it. Having A's at school and getting money, laughing my ass off. Well, we're white people, not Asians. That was not racist. That was actually positive towards Asians because they're so good at school. And that is on average true. He would just cheat. I think it's important to always find the middle ground. You have to teach a child, listen, man, you're free, you can do what you want, but you know how some millennial parents, left-wing parents, I lived in a very hippie environment. Oftentimes you see parents that are like, ach, the little Ulrike, she will find herself. She can do it on her own. We don't want to pressure her. I think that's wrong. I think that's not good. A child needs to understand. A child should have a childhood and a good life and should not be pressured into fucking depression. If you pressure your kid too much, they get fucked up. That is obviously... look at every fucking movie out there is based on this shit. And, but I still think it's important. You need to teach your son or daughter that it's important to pay attention, to bring good grades, to work in school. Because if you're just a lazy bum, you need to teach them that effort leads to something, you know? You know? Like nowadays, we're in 2021 now, right? Everybody has money, especially in Germany. No one is really poor. I have kind of 2 children in life. Lisa's brother, who's 10, and my brother's son, my nephew, who's 4. And something I see nowadays, as I was raised in post-East German Germany in the 90s, you didn't really get that much stuff. When I had birthday, I got like a 10 euro wooden play figure or something. My family was always poor. There was always children in the kindergarten who had Transformers and shit. My parents couldn't afford that. Nowadays, and this is not a diss, when Lisa sees this, when I go to the birthday of like my nephew or Lisa's brother, they get shit on with gifts. grandma, aunt, parents, friends, everybody, gifts. When I see this little guy, he has a 100 euro Minecraft Lego set. He has a fucking 200 euro medieval castle, but he just wants to play Roblox, man. He doesn't care. And I feel like it blows something in their brains. You give them like this feeling of we have everything, don't even worry about it, and it creates this weakness, maybe even. I think it's important a child understands life is not for free, man. You gotta work a little bit, mate, because that gives them the skill to survive the future, right? I see that often, man. Maybe you guys see that too. Children nowadays get so overwhelmed with gifts, man, especially in white countries, man. Fucking hell, the grandmas are handing them fucking 200 euros, man. If I got 200 euros in the 90s, man, I'm the king of the kindergarten, bro. You kidding me? You need to make him understand that he has to study for himself, not for money. Yeah. I'm always very interested how do you raise a child good. I'm always saying, dude, it sounds weird, but I'm an esports competitor. And this is gonna sound weird and even dangerous. When I raise a child in the next years, it will happen. If my sperm works. Hopefully. I take raising a child as a competition, as esports. I want to be good at it. You guys know TommyKay, look at Magic, right? I always want to be good at when I care about something, and you obviously care about your child. When I raise a child, I want to be good at it. I want to look at my child when I'm an old man, he's 30 years old, and be like, yeah, I did good. Guy has a job, family, good fucking brain. I want to do that. And I always wonder what the right way is. Because if you obviously, I'm clever enough to understand that if you go too far, you are just going to destroy it all. If you pressure them too much, you're just going to destroy them. Look at all these movies where there's these drug-addicted heroes, and it's like, yeah, my dad, he wanted too much from me, so now I'm Captain Heroin or something. Gotta be careful, man. Gotta be careful. But yeah, let's make education of children esports.
He's Turkish?
I would be a great leader of the country, but
I think it's Bible. You miss it? Bible Turkish.
It's always the middle ground? Yeah, always the middle.
Turk. I don't know.
And maybe the final point here I want to make is, and oftentimes, and again, this is no diss against anyone involved, when Lisa's brother, or more especially, because I see him more often, my brother's son, my nephew, Benny, when they do something bad, I always like to observe. So the child is doing something bad, very often like Benny, the 4-year-old. He is now in the age where he starts to test out borders, his limits. He starts to understand, his brain understands, oh, my parents don't do any consequences anyway. They're like, Benny, do this, and he's like, no. And nothing happens. They just scream, but nothing really happens. They don't take anything away. There's no physical pain. You know, there's nothing bad coming from it. And they understand that. That is just normal, right? They understand that. It's like when I don't ban people in chat, they're like, I can do more than this. And I always observe that. I'm just on the sidelines. And I always felt like I will be more hard. But my brother, again, he always says, if it's your child, you're gonna not be like that. For example, the child does something and fucks with you. He's like, you're like, put that away, and he's like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna put it away, but he's not. I would be far more. I think I would be a bit like, hey man, this is your final warning. After that, we're gonna have a problem, mate. And I'm sometimes scared that I'm then a too harsh dad. Like I wouldn't fucking hit or something. I would be like, listen, you're not listening to me. Playtime is over. Fuck you. No, go to your room. You're not respecting me. What the fuck is this shit? As punishment, my child has to play Mono Red for 1 hour. You can bet majors for games in future looking at allies air count. Beating the shit out of little Jimmy. Never, man, never. But I feel like they need to know that you are the boss. You're the... What's your favorite Portuguese club? I don't have one. I can say what the best team ever was for me. The best team ever was Bavaria Munich, Bayern München, with Franck Ribéry and Arjen Robben when they won the Champions League against Dortmund. I think that was, for me personally, the best team. I don't think it's the best team of all times. Oh man, too educated on that. The best football team ever was probably some Barcelona at some point, I would guess. Real Madrid with Zinedine Zidane was insane, man. Gareth Bale, Ronaldo, man, they won Champions League 3 times in a row. Are you kidding me? Maybe some Spanish national team? Yeah, Barcelona was pretty sick at sometimes, man. What's your opinion on Marco Reus? Marco Reus is a failed potential. His entire career at Dortmund. He could have made so much more in a big team. Thank you, James. Thank you. I don't know. I'm not that educated on that. Like, I don't remember old Barca, but I feel like Real Madrid under Zinedine Zidane was... Oh. Dude, you have to understand that. Which is why I always say Ronaldo is better than Messi. 3 Champions League wins in a row. Excuse me? What? That's not gonna happen for the next 100 years, man. That is kinda... You gotta respect that. People never respect that. Zinedine Zidane goes to Champions League and wins 3 times. What?